all the rice backed up over there. No, it's going on. I heard you could smoke that. Boom, man. And he was like coming right at me, so I jumped down in the embankment.
We're starting here, starting right now. 1, 2, 3. We breathe it in. We feel our hearts, they're pounding. Rising up to feel the fire dance wild through our veins. We take a chance and know we'll never be the same. Giving it all we got, giving it all. Giving it all we got. Oh, climbing up to the top of the world. No fear, we're gonna make it. Everything we want is ours. Whoa.
Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? Craig here, and my life on the Thai farm. And I am, I think I did stuff this morning. But it's like 2 o'clock, very gray outside. Oh, you can see that, huh? Wow. And I guess we're waiting for the rice planter machine. Oh, remember what I said about my green stuff on my lake yesterday, or my pond yesterday? Look at that. Boom, pretty much just all full now. This stuff grows like massive fast. Just boop, 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 boop. Like cooking popcorn. Anyway, in the past, to my knowledge, every time we plant rice, you know, we get the rice guy with the seed pack and blows the rice, so it's everywhere, which has been, you know, sufficient, I suppose. But you will get a higher yield, and it's a lot better looking, I think, when you get the rice machine. So you have all these rice stalks stacked up, and the machine comes and like, you know, like putting hair implants in, right? I'm looking through here, I don't know if you can see it, but the water is just sparkling with teeming, that's the word, teeming with fish, I imagine. That will soon, and that's the thing, if we, because there's a bunch of fish in there, if we blew the rice, they'd probably be eating those little rice kernels. So now it's just going to go, and they won't be eating them, but they'll be eating the weeds that might come up, because they have different flavor. But me, I'm going to cut the grass because it's like a foot tall. Hope my electric lawnmower is able to cut it without bogging down too much. All right, man, let me get this stuff. We'll get over there. The grass just gets out of hand very quickly in the rainy season, and also the wind. You can see all the debris everywhere it's actually from bamboo. And I mean, look at this grass, man. It's major long, but you know, the mower will cut it. If you guys have grass and you're interested, this is an electric motor. It's Makita 2-in-1. We bought it in town. Actually, it was like, I don't even know, maybe it was $100, maybe it was $60. It's 2-in-1, which I don't know what that means, other than maybe the 2 levels that it can go, like low and then really low, or high and low. Maybe it's an edger and I don't even know it. I probably threw away the manual. Anyway, let's get busy. It's a real pain in the butt, man. It takes me forever, and then I gotta do that side over there too. Woo! Chores. Can't wait till I'm really old and then there's some kid coming over here doing it all for me. All right, back at you. Well, I got about halfway done with that before the rains came coming.
is getting wet, raining on me. And to note, if you do decide on an electric mower, do not mow in the rain. Because that whole thing about you know, water and electricity, meh, probably not a good idea. So I don't know, I'm hoping it stops. The wind's blowing pretty, you know, pretty good, and you know, that gray is already up there, but if it's blowing, it'll blow over and it won't get the grass too wet. You know, you can cut your grass when it's wet. I mean, it's preferred not to, and certainly if you do cut it, and even if it's like this, like it's sprinkling, you know, with the potential to get harder, if it gets hard, don't cut it on any of the low settings. Always cut it on the highest setting if it's wet. I mean, if you really have to cut it. Like, I really have to cut this grass. Did it stop? No. I can see the rice out there. The guy's not here yet, by the way, to plant the rice. So, but rice planting, you know, that's a gas tractor, man. You can run that in the rain, no problem. And for all you people in Western countries like America and UK and that, and you're eating that Thai jasmine rice, you know, you gotta go through a lot of shit to get it to your table. Anyway, let's wait it out and get back at you. Well, it stopped raining, but it got a pretty good soak there, so I don't think I'm gonna mow. I think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. This is a weaved mat. It's like 2.5 meters long, and I don't know, 2.5, 1.5 wide. No, I don't know. Anyway, this is the weave mat that I got this morning when I went out. I went actually to the, oh yeah, that's right, I went to the Sunday market, looked for a couple things. I had a subscriber mention on my last video where I was talking about my saws suck and cutting the bamboo and stuff, and he recommended, what was it, Mike jet ski or something like that. I'll check it out. Anyway, he recommended the pull saw. I had to look that up, what a pull saw was. But this pull saw in particular, the guy had a whole bunch of them at the market, and this one was still in its little Japanese sleeve. It says 3,600. That's probably yen. And it was wrapped in newspaper too, but the newspaper has, like, you know, aged itself onto there. But anyway, I used that pull saw to trim off the edges of the bamboo on my bamboo bench out there. Worked like a charm. I mean, I had to put some effort in there, but it was clean effort, nothing like them other saws. Now that that's cleaned up, I put this out there to check out how it looked, you know, on top, and it's gonna be nice. It's a little bigger than that bench is, but I didn't want it getting wet because I'm gonna spray lacquer it, or maybe brush lacquer it on both sides, let it lacquer up, soak up that stuff so it can withstand the water a little better. I could just like that, let it get wet and let it get dry, but I hadn't tacked it down yet, so took it off of there and you know, proceeded to save it so that I can lacquer it and maybe save itself. There you go, man. Greenery. I heard you could smoke that. Just kidding. My orchids here, they pulled themselves out from underneath here, reaching for the sun. I kind of wanted them to go that way. See how far they can go all the way out. Pretty cool. My wife caught a fish for lunch with the drop net over there at the other pond. Had a nice little lunch. But because it's rain, it is a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit muggy. And I'm not really doing any work right now, so the muggy gets to you. You know, if you're working, building a house or whatever, you just work right through it all. It's still coming down a little bit. It stopped when I first walked out, but now it's picking up again, so it's gonna be rainy. I did a little trimming on the with my hedge trimmer on those while I was waiting for the rain. Anyway. Oh, well, I couldn't cut through that stuff with my mower. It was tall already, and then because it's damp. Yeah, so anyway, that's why I grabbed that bush cutter. Cut it all up, but of course, invariably, I'm just trying to trim with a bush cutter. Boom, man, it's just a little divot. But it's alright, that's fine like that, and then later when it dries, I can clean it up with the mower. Yeah, make it look good. I trimmed the edges here, but I didn't cut the grass. I'm gonna wait on that too. Wait till it's dry, good and dry. Yeah. Hey. Well, sun's going down here on the tie farm, and before it goes completely down, I thought I'd see if I can grab a few fish, little baby fish. I'll take them from this pond, transfer them into the Sea of Morning Glory, or Pakbong. My wife, in her infinite wisdom, scooped up some of those tilapia we have in the net and put them in this pond. What? And this guy is basically waiting for fish. So I got a bucket. He's crying. He's just crying for fish, man. He wants like these little guppies and stuff. Okay, just give me a minute, all right? And that is no fish in the net. It's alright, bro. They might have realized that, yeah, they've been getting caught. My wife did it and I did. There's probably already like 25 fish in there. And this guy, oh yeah, he already ate a couple. Not the tilapia, we don't give him those, but the other fish, there's a number of different fish in here, and he ate a few of them. He was thinking to himself, ah, sashimi. When they were young, he's 2 years old now, right? 2.5 years old almost. 2 years and probably, yeah, he's probably 2.5 years old. But when they were young, we used to feed them strictly fish. That's all they ate, was fish. Because they liked it. They're like, please give me the
fish. It was kind of like the atulai or whatever. I forget what they call it here in Thailand. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a drone way over there doing the spraying. That's what I was talking about. You know, everything's shopped out, man, for the rice. They don't want to. Well, one, they don't want to probably pay the guy to spend all day with the backpack pumping the spray. But more importantly, I would hope that they don't want him doing that because, yeah, that causes cancer. Yeah. So they put the drone out there and boom, it's probably comparable in price, and they get it done. But I forget what I was talking about after that. But yeah, there's my wife doing her thing. Any fish? Nothing. We caught a bunch of fish, put them, like I said, put them over there. But anyway, the glorious sunset here coming up on the pond. You know what I mean? Where are you sitting for your sunset? Yeah, we have 5,000 that were in those two catchments over there, and 4,000 in the Pak Mung Canal. Many have already exited probably and went into the rice fields, and that's fine. So I'll be interested to see what's going on in the rice fields once the rice gets planted. It's supposed to be today, but we couldn't do it for whatever reasons. Farming reasons. The thing about Thailand, you have to be ready to adapt, man. Ready to adapt. Sometimes shit happens, sometimes it doesn't. Kind of like, it reminds me of so many people that were building houses and they were doing the video, right? And then they were like, well, the guy was supposed to be here today. He said he had a funeral. You know, well, the guy is supposed to be here today, but somebody's being a monk. You know, so boom, changed. Oh, as a matter of fact, I was looking over here and I saw the water moving. And I just remembered it. So we were on the other side over there, by the other pond, and there was a couple friends over there today, just this afternoon. They just left a little while ago. But my wife yells out, "There's a snake! There's a snake!" And you can see this water snake on top of the water. And he's like, she's only about not even a meter long. You know, maybe 2.5 feet, 3 feet. Yeah, almost a meter long. And he was like coming right at me. So I jumped down in the embankment. I was gonna grab him. It was only a skinny little snake. You know, I could have grabbed him easy. I mean, like without harm or whatever. And my friend was like, "No, this is dangerous." You know, it's funny how Thai people think like all snakes are dangerous, but they're not. Anyway, it was a water snake. I mean, it could have bit me maybe, but it was a baby, so it could have barely bit me. And anyway, so I tried to, you know, I got it stopped, and I was getting ready to, like, I'm gonna grab you, dude. And then it started to take off the other way, kind of went underwater and came out a little bit. And I threw a rock in front of it to scare it back this way, but it took off. I didn't get it. But I probably could have if I would have, as soon as I saw it, if I would have ran down and just jumped in the water and grabbed the middle of it or something, I probably could have got it, but I didn't. And speaking of the water, so you know my little pier over there? So I went out there with my friend and was like, "Dude, check it out." You know, he's like, "Oh, this is really cool." And I was like, "Yeah, you know, it's easier to fish from here because you don't have to worry about the overcast. You know, you don't have to worry about the head, you know, hitting the patio back there. It's a lot better." And he's like, "Yeah." And I go, "And you could probably sit here, you know, and drink a beer or something." So I said, so I sat down at that time. And then he sat down with me, like, "All right, yeah, man, it's cool, man, I like it." And actually, my wife and his friend, and his girlfriend or whatever, were out in the boat in the pond, hanging out. My wife was going around with her. Everybody likes to go out in the pond with the boat. Anyway, as soon as he sat down, phone popped out of the back pocket and cha-boom, right into the pond. Oh, shit! So I had my wife come over and she couldn't find it, so I jumped in the water and I found it. But he was like, oh, damn. And he just bought like a new truck, so he's like, now I gotta buy a new phone. But I had my compressor, my air compressor, so it kind of blew it dry a little bit, but I just told him, saying what I do, you know, stick it in a freaking bag of rice, you know, for a day or whatever, and then turn it on later. But don't try to turn it on now. Don't do anything now. I've saved a few phones like that. Although one phone in particular, I was on a job interview in America. It was too funny. That's right. Here's my story for you. So I was on this job interview and I stayed at this motel that was right next to this gas station. Well, this gas station, evidently, in the middle of nowhere, evidently this gas station was famous. Why was it famous? Because it was the gas station where the guy who ran a famous church, I forget his name already, picked up a hooker. Yeah. And got busted. So it brought down his entire church empire. Imagine like Joel Osteen getting busted for a hooker, and that's what happened back then with this guy. And even so much as when I went into the gas station, like buy morning donuts or something, there was a brass plaque on the front of the entrance that said, "This is the spot where," what's this, Jerry Falwell, I think was his name, picked up a hooker. And it was actually written in a black. Hilarious. So anyway, so I was there for the job interview, or not at the gas station, but for a principalship or whatever. And for some goddamn reason, when I went to the bathroom, I had my phone in my back pocket, man, in my hotel room. I just got home like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, I gotta take a shit or whatever. So I dropped my pants and boom, the phone went right into the toilet. Actually, no, it went into the toilet after I picked my pants up. So it was in there with a turd. And I was like, so I pulled it out of there. But I washed it off and stuff. And then I waited. But I thought to myself, I ain't got time for this, man. I need my phone. Like, I can't wait. I can't go buy a bag of rice and then wait for a day. I got an interview. These people are going to be calling me like in the first thing in the morning. So I got right on the phone and with Apple and said, yo, drop my phone in the toilet. I said, don't worry, Mr. Garrison, we got you. And they FedEx, and I swear to God, I took a shower in the morning, getting ready for my interview and all that. Took a shower in the morning, went down for breakfast. Front desk clerk had my phone in a box, FedEx already. I was like, dude, you guys are the best. And I still have iPhones today. Although now I'm in Thailand, so maybe I'll buy an Oppo. But yeah, that saved my life there, man. Whew. Hey guys, how you doing? Well, it's the next morning. And yeah, the rice planter tractor guy has finally come. Made his arrival. And the grass is looking good. I still have to do the once over on the side that I butchered. G'day, Tini, g'day. Just talking about the tractor squad eating. And it's okay to eat underneath the big house at the big table instead of over here or whatever. I don't care. I lie, good eye. So the tractor does their job, and then they have a team. Buddy cop. What time, man? You know that? That might help, you know. And the tractor does their job, and then the other people follow behind to make sure it comes out right or pick out bad pieces or whatever. So let's go take a look. Yeah, so yeah, you could plant rice all by hand. Take these same sprouts, boom, 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 try and follow the line. And you can also, like I said, spray it with a sprayer. Or you got this guy. He comes, he's following his line. He's got that red line right there. Yeah, buddy. Then turn around, got all the rice backed up over there. No, now. Oh yeah.
ขึ้นมาดิขึ้นมา
ขึ้นมาใช่
ขึ้นมาตรงนี้
ไม่ได้อ๋อมาทำเองเหรอ
ขึ้นมานี่ขึ้นมา
Just tell me to do it
ยืนบนนี้ได้ไม่ต้องใส่ยังใส่อีกใส่ไม่ได้ไม่ไปเลยนะใส่ด้วย
กี่อันเนี่ยกี่อันหมดนะ
มีอันหมด
กี่อันเลย
อันนี้6
50อ่ะ
อันนี้8อันนี้6
อ๋อครับ
8
โอเคครับ
ใหญ่กัดเขา1 2 3
yeah 6 8
ไปนะจับไปแล้วจับนี่
เดี๋ยว
ขึ้นไปดิขึ้นไปนั่งบนนี้ก็ได้
Okay. He's telling me to sit down here. Come on, just sit down here. Although I wanted to get behind it, so I'll show you. So it lowers down. He lowers it down automatically. You can see it. It's just punching holes in there and planting them on both sides. So you got two pieces for each side. And any hole that's missing is what the helpers back them up with. So these guys will have a handful of rice, and they'll plug in the missing holes, and you can see it just whittles it down. These sod pieces that already have the rice will just ease away. Yeah, the pear transplants were that easy. Now, gang, dog's doing good. You can see here he's got that red line, red tip. And he's following that line. Make sure it's all aligned with each other. And that red tip line is a drag line back here, or I'm sorry, it's over there. So that line there is what he uses to go right here. So yeah, there you go, buddy. Boom, 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 boom. And that's how it's done. And we got another one doing it over there. So they make pretty quick work of this. Hell of a lot faster than, actually I think it's even faster than the blower. Because one guy or two guys using a blower, they're so he's already got, you know, more than half of this field done. And that's probably like 10-15 minutes. Let's give it 20, 40, 60, 80, probably just over an hour, have the whole thing done. And we don't pay by the hour. I'm sure it's worked out so that it's paid by the job. You know, it's kind of like that guy who fixes the giant container ship propeller with a hammer. Boom, charges, you know, $400,000 or whatever, and they're like, what? You're not paying for the guy's time. You're paying for what he knows, where to hit that metal to fix that propeller. And these guys, they definitely know what they're doing. We got the ladies over there backing them up. Cool, because they got to grow it all, right? So, and then, yeah, so the truckload, man, they just bring it over by truckload, they grow it all, then they shave it up and roll it up so that it's already on its way. And yeah, man, let's plant that stuff. Of course, in the midst of all of it, still gotta feed the fish. Oh, did you take out all the
Yes.
pak bong and the fruit and stuff?
But they not eat yet because that they
Yeah.
too small.
It's teeming with fish fries. The guys out there looking. Yeah, man. That's what farm life's all about. Hey, Dot, by the way, do you know how much it costs?
1,100 for one line.
Oh, and we're doing what? 4 rye? Huh?
3 lines.
Okay. You know how much it costs for the blower guy that normally does it? Hmm.
And
So-
the rice is we pay for the rice. They grow the rice, the seed.
Yeah.
We bring that for them.
Oh, we brought the seed over there and then they grew it. How much was that? Oh, okay. Anyway, so there you go. Your time for the job is 1,100 baht per rye. And it looks like we're only going to do 4 rye. So 4,400 baht. Probably tip them. I don't know. Maybe they don't tip. 4,400 baht. And then we, as you might have just heard, we bought rice, like a bag of rice seed, and then drop it to them. They grow it for this big. But knowing how things work, they might have already been growing it, you know, and then they just use our rice seed for the next guy, unless we try, and that way they already have it, unless we try and have specific kind of rice, you know. But we also have our fish. My wife says you got to put this between your legs and use it to launch it up. And you got nothing. She's probably already collected some of the small fish. We put them in that bucket and chuck them in there. That'll work. Yeah, fun, huh? Well, it's very sunshiny, so that's cool, but it's not too terribly hot. But yeah, man, I'm not sure that buying one of those rice planting tractors would be cost beneficial. Would just, you know, well, I think we're paying for 4 rye, but really I think that's about 5 rye or so. But even that, let's say 8 rye, which is our whole land here, that doesn't equal the cost. One of those, I just asked him how much for the rice planting tractor. He said about 550,000. So a little over 500,000 baht for a tractor. And you're only going to plant your rice, you know, maximum probably 3 times a year. So ideally, if I was to buy one of those and let it out between my planting, so to speak, and you're only going to get 1,100 per rye, then you're probably not going to make your money back on that tractor. That's a life investment probably for some of these guys. They just make more money and they're paying on the tractor so they can pay their tractor debt, but at the same time, you know, make money. But of course, this one of the guys over here, he was saying that he's got 55 rye over here. So if 55 rye, well, obviously let's just say 50, that'd be 55,000 baht that he would charge. Well, I guess if you did it like that, you could probably make your money back pretty quick. If you did 50,000 baht 3 times a year, and if you hook up 2 or 3 people with 55,000 or 55 rye, you'd be booked all the time. So that's why these guys do it for the job, not, you know, Not like us, or like say if you're your own farmer and you have all your own equipment, my own tractor to plow the field, my own tillers and all that stuff, my own planters, all those things. So I invest millions of baht in farm equipment. The only way I'm going to really make that money back is to, you know, get side business to let out the equipment when it's not being used. But yeah. Anyway, I'm not doing any of that stuff. It's so much easier. Just make a phone call, pay this guy, and it looks like it's done within. Look at that. That's already done. You can see that almost more than half of that's done. They're gonna be out of here in no time at all. As soon as they get done, I think that's when we're gonna eat. My wife had said they're gonna eat before they do it, but I think they got some other guys over there preparing their food and all that stuff. So when they get done, eat, drink, and be merry, and be on their way. Make some more money somewhere else probably. All right, man. More later. Things we do on the farm. And actually, this morning I made some pizza dough. It's up there, you know, fermenting or whatever. If y'all remember from my pizza video, that was my first time making a pizza dough. It came out all right, but I knew from when I was making it with my hand and stuff like that, it didn't feel as easy as it does when I look at all the 100 pizza videos. These guys, they don't show you that stuff sticking to their hands and all that. They show you like, yeah, you make a ball, and it's like, dude, you make it up, it looks great, and you spread it out and stretch it out, boom, you got pizza. You're missing a couple of points there. But this time, when I made the pizza, I made 2 pizza balls. I was really happy. It came out like really good. I can't wait to see it in like 5 hours from now. After it's risen a little bit, I might just, after it's risen, I'll just probably put it in the refrigerator till tomorrow. So look for that video. That'll be my pizza video number 2. And this time, I think it'll come out good. And not that, but the last time I made a pizza video, I made fresh pizza sauce that day. And then a number of videos I watched about saucing and stuff, because I was looking for a white sauce. They were saying like put it in your fridge for like 5 days, let it, you know. So I have my pizza sauce in the fridge. It wasn't in the freezer, but I have it in the fridge from last time. So I think pizza sauce might even taste better than it did last time. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Whew. Anyway, it's rice planting day here on the Thai farm, and it was gloriously fun. Wasn't raining or anything. Good fun. They got a crew though. They got like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they have 10 people here today with 2 tractors. So maybe each tractor is a 5-man crew, including the driver, and they work it. So yeah, man, sounds good. All right, well, that's about it for here on the Thai farm. So I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe you learned something. Yeah, my battery cut right there. And speaking of batteries, I just realized, I was like, oh, because it got hot. But I realized I put my spare battery in my pocket here, in my side pocket. But I was jumping around the tractor and all the mud. I'm like, oh no! I thought maybe, you know, it would have fell out. That would have been a bummer. Yeah, a real bummer. And I don't know if I included it in this video, but yesterday we had friends over, and me and the other guy were sitting on my pier over there, and I was like, yeah, you can sit down here, man, drink beer, whatever, you know. When he sat down, his phone popped out of his pocket and went in the freaking pond. So I jumped down, and you know, I told my wife to come over, she couldn't find it, so I jumped down and used my hands, I found it, and he's like, no. So but they just called this morning. I told him I blew it out with my air compressor, and then I told him, you know, let's do what we do. We stick it in a bag of rice, and don't do anything to it till tomorrow. Blow it out. And so he just called this morning saying, hey man, it works great. So that's cool. But yeah, it came out all right. What was I gonna say? My wife's over there scaring ducks out of the pond, the black water fowl. They've been hanging out in that pond, even though there's no real fish in there that we put in there anyway. But she doesn't want to get used to doing that. They'll scoop up them fish right and left once we put them in there. Anyway, I know I was going to tell you. The challenge is for y'all to make a comment on this video, because my wife, you know, she's the big anti-tuber, right? And she's like, people don't comment on your videos. I'm like, yeah, they do. You know, I don't get hundreds of comments, this, that. And so anyway, so I bet her. I told her, dude, I'll bet you a month's worth of my chores that I get 100 comments on this video. And she's like, no way, no way. So I was, I'll bet you. So y'all make a comment, especially if you're new to the channel or whatever. Or you could have 5 people make 20 comments, that'd be 100. She wouldn't know. But anyway, 100 comments is the goal, man. Let's see if we can put her to work. All right, man. Again, thanks for watching. Keep watching for more world of life on the farm here. All right, back at you.